Chapter 6. The 100-mile-an-hour dog. Maybe he's been shopping, I said. Don't be stupid, Trev. He lives up your road. He's hardly likely to go shopping and then drag it all the way across the field. Oh, what do you think he's doing then? I asked. Tina checked the direction in which Charlie was heading. Her voice took on an excited edge. He's going to the bath. He's heading straight for the tin bath. Look, he stopped. What's he doing? Charlie leaned over the trolley, puffing slightly. Yanking it across the field must have been hard work. Now that he had stopped moving about, I could see that it wasn't a tub in the trolley, but a huge bucket with a snap-on lid. Charlie had another good look around, pulled the lid off, and carefully lifted out the bucket. He balanced it on the side of the bath. Even Tina could see all this, but she couldn't tell what was in the bucket. What's he doing? She repeated impatiently. Charlie made one last furtive search of the area and then slowly tipped the bucket forward over the water. Out slopped something very dark green, something glistening with slime, something that looked like the killer sludge from the planet Squick. Why is Charlie holding his nose? Cried Tina. I let her have the binoculars. She was in time to see the last dregs of muck from the bottom of the buckets being emptied into the rusty bath. I don't believe it, she cried. The dirty, rotten cheek. He's putting even more revolting stuff in there. You know what this means, don't you? Yes, I said. We're going to get very, very dirty when we get in that bath. Tina wasn't listening. He can't do things like that. It's cheating. This means war. I had to admire Tina. I mean, declaring war on Charlie Smug was a bit like Iceland deciding to attack America. What should we do first? I asked. Send in our non-existent tanks or blast him to pieces with our non-existent missiles? Tina coloured slightly. Well, it's not fair, she grumbled. And if there is anything we can do about it, then we're going to do it. Okay, I agreed. If there is anything we can do about it, we'll do it. And I kept my fingers crossed in the hope that I wouldn't have to do anything at all. Call me a coward, call me a wimp if you like, but having to fight with King Smuggy Kong was not my idea of a good time. Charlie Smug and his dastardly deed were suddenly forgotten when I caught sight of Streaker in the distance and remembered my big plan. It was time to put it into action, so I handed Tina the binoculars, grabbed the second mobile phone and switched it on. My right ear was instantly filled with a swishing, crackling noise, which was Streaker careering through the long grass. Calling Streaker, return to base. I repeat, turn to base. Tina began to splutter. She's a dog, Trev. Not a fighter plane. Want a bet? Come in, Streaker. I can see her, cried Tina, peering through the binoculars. At the far end of the trees, there. We're over here, I shouted into the phone. Come on, it's time to go home. Return to base. She's coming back, said Tina excitedly. My mobile was filled with the sound of pounding paws and grass and bushes banging against the dog and phone. Hang on, Tina gave a dismayed cry. Charlie's Alsatians are after her. Now what do we do? Sure enough, the 3 Alsatians were hot on Streaker's tail. I scrambled down from the tree at breakneck speed, somehow managing to fall the last bit and land in some nettles. I struggled painfully to my feet and bam! I was immediately knocked flying by Streaker as she went charging past, panting furiously and heading for the road. Covered in a second set of nettle stings, I dragged myself upright once more. And bam, bam, bam! The first Alsatian spun me round like an egg whisk, the second knocked me straight back into the nettles, and the third simply pounded across my chest as if some kind of very useful bridge had magically appeared in front of it. The Alsatians carried on the chase, barking away merrily and obviously thinking that the whole business had been set up for their entertainment. Meanwhile, I sat in the only clump of nettles in the world that needed a set of traffic lights. Tina dragged me out and we hurried down the road, just in time to see Streaker going whizzing into somebody's front garden, closely followed by 3 slavering Alsatians. Poor Streaker was trapped.